And that's when I realized during that time that this wasn't fair. The only people that didn't have any place to go or send their children to were poor people. And, you know, I worked full time, but I didn't make a lot of money. And so mothers like me, or parents like me, and really poor people had no options. They just had to go wherever they were sent, whether or not it was benefiting the child or not. And so that's when I started talking to parents around my community, and everybody was feeling the same way. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, I can send my child back to that school one more year. He's going to get killed or go to jail. And we were watching kids get killed, and we were watching kids go to jail, and at 14 and 15 years old. And so it got real scary for us. It got really frightening.
You talked about when you first showed up at school board meetings and how everyone would kind of dismiss you, and until you went to the Hill and were asked to testify, that's when you felt like people finally started listening. Just talk a little bit about parents as advocates generally, and like expand on that theme of like the receptivity of your voices as part of it.
Well, you know, when we did go to school board meetings and stuff, or one or two of us would speak, like I said, you know, they would kind of say to us, yeah, you know, you're another troubling or challenging or difficult parent. And that's how we felt for a while. And then I think later on, we began to realize that our voices needed to be heard. I mean, we're the only ones that can tell stories about how our children are doing in school. So going to those meetings, even though it was really frustrating, it built a group of parents who were, and I don't want to say angry, but frustrated enough to want to do more. You know, I mean, we would leave those meetings and go, they can't just, these are our kids. They can't just push us out the door and not respond to us, but that's how it felt. And so what I've learned over 20 years of fighting for children and parents is that a parent voice is incredibly powerful. And that if you can gather together people who are willing to talk about their plight in life, then you can make changes. But that wasn't easy to do. Initially, parents kind of said, you know, we've tried to say something before, but nothing ever happened, and I don't want to go through that. And then, of course, we'd have hearings where we'd have lawsuits, or people would tell us we were not equipped to fight for our children, that we didn't have the information or the knowledge or the whatever, and they tell us we were brainwashed or told what to say. And I always said, you need to talk to my parents. Nobody's ever been to tell me what to say, not even them.